Hello, this is wmpyr. So back in 2018, Joe from Tyrod Tacticals sent me a bunch of his self-defense palm sticks. Okay, so some of them are made from titanium, so they are extremely strong. Even though the ones that are not, I feel like are pretty much virtually indestructible. So for me, I believe that this is very can be a significant part in your training, and the reason why I say that is twofold. Okay, so everybody knows that palm sticks can help you out in a self-defense situation. They're a good alternative, because they are non-lethal and easy to carry, and they don't take up a lot of space and things of that nature. Now, when you look up on YouTube, there's a lot of information out there on how to use these things, and pretty much, all across the board, you're gonna see same type of stuff. Use this, like a hammer fist. It's pretty much the same stuff over and over again. You can jab with it, and things of that nature. What I want to talk about today is two things that I think is very, very significant. In fact, I might even say groundbreaking. Okay, huge deal for me. Okay, that I think you could benefit tremendously. Number one, all right, is that Joe offered this to me as a challenge. Okay, and it was basically to test out how tough these things were, and pretty much I guess that they were going to be tough, and absolutely they were. So I went to the tire, and I had my tire hanging from a punching bag stand, and I made a video on this on YouTube, so you could actually find it. It's floating around somewhere in YouTube land. But I was wearing gloves on top of that, and I basically go to town on the tire. And as I did that, it was a no-brainer for me. But I found out that my hand started to hurt. So what that teaches you is that you don't want to do that. So in a real life situation, you don't want to be going as hard as you can, making these big old haymakers and try to smash this into the bad guy, because you could really hurt yourself. So that's what I learned. Okay, and you might be going, okay, so what? The thing is tougher than you are. Yeah. What's the big deal? Well, actually, that's a huge deal. That is a very, very important lesson there, because when you watch like tough man boxing, okay, I'm talking about, people who don't really have a whole lot of boxing experience. Okay, maybe they trained for, maybe 6 months at the most and decided they're going to test themselves. Okay, so, people who just think they're tough, and they do that. Okay, so maybe today's tough man has changed a lot, or depending on the avenue. But I'm just talking about like more like very, very local, very, very, I don't even want to say amateur, because amateur boxing could be very legit, and then you have pro boxing. But yeah, I'm talking about something very, very amateur. Okay, so when you see people compete in that, everybody wants to land these big bombs. They throw huge haymakers, and they pretty much go, balls to the wall. And you see them right away that cardio is a huge issue. That they're like, they're breathing hard, and all this. So, the obvious lesson is you don't want to fight like that. Okay, you watch the pro boxers, even the amateur guys. They don't fight that way. Okay, so that's a very, very simple, obvious lesson. However, I guarantee you, you go into the ring, or you go up against someone and you got to duke it out. You're good. It's very natural to do that. You're gonna end up throwing haymakers. You're gonna end up spending a lot of cardio, a lot of wasted energy. Okay, so what's important here is that you have to learn that, not just from watching and not just from hearing, me or someone else tell you, because it's very logical. Everyone knows this, but you have to experience it with your body, with your mind, body, and soul, to the point where you go, yes, I do not want to fight that way. You have to totally let that sink in. Not just, yeah, I know. You guarantee in a fight, you're going to fight that way. So you have to really experience it. So what most fighters go through is they go through a beatdown. They experience it and they feel like it's the worst thing in the world. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. If you've been through that, you know what it's like. If you've ever competed or you've ever sparred full contact or you've been in a street fight, then you understand, how much that could be scary and how it could just make you not care and give up. So, that is, and also these big old haymakers too, is just you let the adrenaline control you, your emotions are controlling you, and you're not fighting smart, right? So once you experience that and you're going big slow bombs that are making you off balance, and the other guy has good form and he's sharp and he's going pat pat and he's landing that stuff on you, then only after that kind of experience, after a busted lip, black eye, busted nose, after getting your organs damaged and stuff, until you've taken a beat down like that, does it start to sink in. So with this, what I liked about it was you could wear gloves, like I said, find something like a tire, go to town on it, okay, and then you could learn the same lesson with, maybe a sore hand. That's the only cost. So that's super worth it to me. And so once again, I think that is a huge deal. Now, the other thing is when you do something like the Heaven 6 with this, it's great, okay? It's really great. And it's so important because when you're doing the Heaven 6, we start with the sticks, then we go to the training knife. When you go to the training knife, the standard grip like this is the obvious choice, okay? And then when you go to reverse grip, you go, whoa, it's a different animal. Suddenly things are much harder, much more awkward. And then on top of that, we also have, if you have a folding knife, in the closed position, this is pretty much the same as this, as a palm stick. So you're using it in a palm stick type fashion. So to train for the reverse grip, the very awkward, the one where a lot of people have trouble with, the reverse grip and also the palm stick stuff, it's great to have an actual palm stick and work, not just, what everyone else teaches, which is, hammer, fist, bang, 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 stab, 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 not just the basic stuff, but to actually do your Filipino martial arts stuff, like the angles of attack, like the Heaven 6, where you are making figure 8 type motions, circular motions, weaving and stuff like that. When you start practicing that, I believe that this will really help you out and help take you to the next level. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing and take care, folks.